The Montgomery estate smells like pine and cinnamon, but it might as well be formaldehyde. I stand in the center of the living room, my fingers gripping a cream-colored gift box wrapped in silk ribbon, and I can't stop staring at what's inside. A lifetime VIP membership to Last Chance Love, an app explicitly marketed to desperate singles over 30. And beneath it, a hardcover book with raised gold lettering, How to Find Happiness When You Die Alone. The fire roars in the marble fireplace behind me. Outside the French windows, snow falls in thick, silent sheets, blanketing the manicured grounds. But inside this room, the cold has nothing to do with December weather. Drop a comment and let me know where you're listening from and what time it is for you right now. I'd love to know who's part of our community. The dining room chandelier throws diamond patterns across the white linen tablecloth. My mother, Michelle, taps her spoon against her crystal water glass, the sound cutting through the murmur of polite conversation like a blade. Before we begin, she announces, her voice pitched for an audience, I want to toast this very special season, the year of the bride. I watch my sister Lily straighten in her chair, her practiced smile blooming across her face like she's been waiting for this cue her entire life. My youngest daughter, Michelle, continues, gesturing toward Lily with her wine glass. We'll be married this February in what I can only describe as a modern royal event. 300 guests. The ballroom at the Four Seasons. A dress that took 6 months to design. Lily's fiancé, Gail, shifts beside her, his jaw tight. My father, John, lifts his bourbon in agreement. He hasn't looked at me since we sat down. I cut into my filet mignon. The knife slides through the meat with barely any resistance, but my hand feels welded to the handle. Michelle sets down her glass with a delicate click. Her gaze swings toward me, and I recognize the glint in her eyes. She's about to perform. Lily is settled, she says, her tone dripping with manufactured concern. But what about you, Valentina? You're approaching 30. You can't plan to be a glorified bookkeeper forever, can you? The table goes quiet. Even the catering staff seem to freeze mid-pour. When is it your turn? Michelle asks. The question hangs in the air like smoke. I feel Gail's eyes flick toward me, then away. John clears his throat but says nothing. Lily leans forward slightly, her expression arranged into something that might pass for sisterly interest if you didn't know her. But I do know her. I see the anticipation in the way her fingers curl around her wine stem. She's waiting for me to crumble, to stammer, to make some excuse about focusing on my career or not having met the right person yet. They've been building this narrative for months, carefully constructing a version of me that is fragile, delusional, and desperately lonely. I've heard the whispers they feed to extended family, the concerned comments they drop to Gail. Valentina has always been difficult, they say. She invents relationships to cope. She's just not stable like Lily. It's a masterpiece of character assassination, designed to ensure that no matter what I achieve, I will always be the liability, the problem to be managed. And tonight, they're tightening the screws. They want me to snap. They want me to validate their story by becoming the hysterical spinster they've already decided I am. I set down my silverware, the clink of metal on porcelain sounds louder than it should. My hand drifts under the table, my fingers brushing against the cool metal of the wedding band I've kept hidden in my pocket for a year. It's a simple gold band, unadorned and solid. Just touching it grounds me. It reminds me of who I really am, not the caricature they've drawn. I'm not a bookkeeper. I'm a forensic accountant. I don't balance checkbooks, I hunt down financial rot. I find the missing millions that executives think they've hidden. I trace the digital fingerprints of fraud that people think are invisible. And right now, sitting at this table, I'm not the victim. I'm the auditor. And the audit is about to begin. I look up, meeting my mother's gaze directly. I don't blink. I don't look away. I let the silence stretch until it becomes uncomfortable, until John shifts in his seat and Lily's smile falters just a fraction. I'm not single, Mother, I say. My voice comes out calm, steady, like I'm commenting on the weather. I've been married for a year. Michelle blinks. Excuse me. I've been married for a year. My mother's face goes through 3 distinct expressions in the span of 2 seconds. Confusion, disbelief, rage. Liar. The word explodes out of her mouth before she can stop it. Her hand slams down on the table, rattling the silverware. Why would no one know about this? You secretly eloped. Is that why you've been so distant? I didn't elope. Lily's face has gone pale, but she recovers fast. She always does. Are you making up stories to ruin my engagement party? Her voice cracks perfectly, hitting that sweet spot between wounded and incredulous. You've always been jealous of me, Valentina, but this is pathetic even for you. She turns to Gale, her hand finding his arm. Can you believe this? She's doing it again. Inventing boyfriends. But Gale is looking at me, his tech CEO brain clearly running calculations I can't quite read. I sent invitations, I say. My voice hasn't changed pitch. I sound almost bored, which is strange because my heart is hammering against my ribs like it's trying to escape. Via FedEx overnight, in February. My father's glass hits the table hard enough that bourbon sloshes over the rim. If you sent invitations and didn't get a reply, why didn't you call? His face is flushed, the vein in his temple pulsing. You did this on purpose, didn't you? To embarrass this family in front of Gale. And there it is. The gaslighting. The rewriting of history. They didn't forget. They're telling me to my face that my reality doesn't exist. Under the table, hidden by the white linen, I slide my phone from my clutch. My thumb finds the message thread with Jack. I type one word. Now. The message shows as delivered, then read. I put the phone away and pick up my fork again, spearing a piece of asparagus like nothing happened. But inside, I am shifting gears. The daughter is gone. The forensic accountant has arrived. Silence isn't weakness. Silence is data collection. For 12 months, I let them talk. I let them lie. I let them build their perfect little world on a foundation of sand, while I quietly mapped every grain. I tracked the IP addresses. I logged the access times. I archived the deleted emails. I didn't argue when they forgot my birthday. I just noted the date and time. I didn't scream when they excluded me from holidays. I just screenshot the group chat logs. I treated my own life like a crime scene, preserving the evidence, chain of custody intact. Because you can argue with feelings. You can argue with memories. But you cannot argue with timestamps. And tonight, the data set is complete. I look up at the 85-inch smart TV mounted above the fireplace in the adjoining sitting area, currently displaying a digital fire log. Actually, I say, standing up from the table, I think we should skip dessert tonight. I walk toward the TV, my heels clicking against the hardwood floor. There's something everyone needs to see. Caroline, sit down. My mother's voice has that dangerous quality to it now. Not tonight. I stop in front of the TV, my back to the room. You always believe Lily unconditionally. My voice sounds strange to my own ears. Calm. Almost conversational. But have you forgotten what I do for a living? Silence. I turn to face them. I don't just do taxes, Mother. I specialize in digital forensics and financial fraud. And I've been conducting an audit. The TV screen behind me flickers. The virtual fire log cuts out. The screen goes black for exactly 2 seconds. Then it lights up again, displaying something entirely different. A computer desktop. Blue background. Neat rows of folders. Remote access activated appears in the corner in small white text. Lily's head snaps up. Her tears forgotten. What are you doing? What is this? John's voice has gone hard. Turn that off. I turn back to the screen, watching as the cursor moves without anyone touching it. Jack, working from our home office, his fingers flying across keys miles away. The admin password was never changed. I continue. I recommended you change it. Remember? Lily stands abruptly. Her chair scrapes against the hardwood floor. This is illegal. You can't just. Actually, it's not. I don't look at her. I'm the account administrator. I have full legal access. Jack is simply helping me retrieve my own files. The cursor on the screen moves to a folder. The label makes Lily gasp. Project Truth. I turn back to the screen. The cursor hovers over the folder. Do you remember February 12th, Lily? I ask. My voice sounds almost gentle. It was a Tuesday. Cold. You were wearing your cream cashmere coat. Stop it. Lily's voice rises. Mom, make her stop. The package was blue. I continue. Express overnight. 4 velvet boxes inside. Wrapped in ivory ribbon. My wedding invitations. Gail's head turns toward Lily. Slowly. Like he's seeing her for the first time. Turn it off. Lily screams. Mom, make her turn it off. But Michelle is frozen. Her hand still pressed to her throat. Her eyes locked on the screen. It's too late anyway. I hit enter on my phone. Jack, receiving the signal, opens the folder. The first image fills the screen in perfect high definition. A digital log. A list of deleted files. Save the date, Valentina and Jack.jpg. Deleted. Wedding invitation.pdf. Deleted. Flight confirmation, Mom and Dad. Deleted. And next to each deletion, a timestamp. And an IP address. Evidence 1, I say. These files were deleted from the family cloud account. The IP address matches the device named Lily's iPhone 14 Pro. The deletions occurred on February 12th, between 10:15 and 10:30 a.m. The dining room explodes into chaos. But I just stand there. My phone in my hand. Watching my sister's carefully constructed world begin to crack. And I feel nothing but cold, clean satisfaction. That doesn't prove anything, Lily says immediately. Her voice has lost its hysterical edge. Replaced by something flatter. More dangerous. So what? I deleted some spam emails. I was cleaning out the inbox. She's recovering. Faster than I expected. Spam. I raise an eyebrow. You marked emails from my wedding planner as spam. You blocked my number on Mom's phone. I didn't block you. The screen changes. A screenshot of Michelle's contact list. My name, Valentina, with a red circle and a line through it. Blocked. The modification history shows the change was made on February 12th. At 10:22 a.m. I try to call you, Mom, I say, looking at Michelle. For 3 weeks before my wedding. It went straight to voicemail every time. I thought you were ignoring me. I thought you didn't care. Michelle's face has gone pale. I never blocked you. I don't even know how to block people. Of course you don't. I meet my mother's eyes. Lily does. Lily manages your phone. Lily manages your email. Lily manages your life. Gail stands up slowly from his chair. He's staring at Lily like he's seeing a stranger. You blocked her sister's number on your mother's phone. I was protecting them. Lily shouts. She's pivoting. I watch it happen in real time. She was harassing Mom. She was calling non-stop, demanding money, making up these crazy stories about a wedding that wasn't happening. I had to block her to give Mom some peace. It's brilliant. In a horrible way. She's reframed herself from villain to hero in 30 seconds flat. The malicious act becomes protective sacrifice. The lie becomes love. Michelle inhales sharply. I watch her expression shift. See her reaching for this new narrative like a drowning person grabbing driftwood. You were protecting me. Of course I was. Lily's voice cracks. Valentina is unstable. We all know that. She was going through a manic episode. I couldn't let her upset you. It's a good story. But it has one flaw. The math doesn't work. I smile. It's a smile full of pity. Unstable, I repeat softly. That's your story. It's the truth. Lily lifts her chin. Then why? I say, each word deliberate. Did you also delete the bank notifications? Lily blinks. What? If you were protecting Mom from my harassment, why did you also delete the alerts from the corporate account? The ones about the withdrawals. The room freezes. The air leaves the room. John, my father, who has been silent until now, suddenly looks like he's been struck. What withdrawals? He whispers. I turn back to the screen. Jack's cursor moves. A new folder opens. Exhibit B. Financial records. Spreadsheets. Bank statements. But not just any statements. These are forensic audits of John's company accounts. The ones he thinks are secure. I didn't just audit my life, Lily. I audited the money. The screen fills with a spreadsheet. Rows of numbers. Highlighted in red. Consulting fees, LM Media. Brand development, Lily Ventures. Marketing retainer, Star Vlogs. Monthly transfers. $5,000. $10,000. $15,000. All flowing from the company accounts to entities controlled by Lily. And the total? I point to the bottom of the screen. $2.5 million over 3 years. John stands up. His chair crashes backward. That's impossible. I sign every check. You sign what they put in front of you, Dad. I say. But you don't check the digital logs. You don't see the duplicate invoices. You don't see the shell companies. And here's the best part. I gesture to the screen again. A tax return appears. You've been listing me as a dependent. Valentina Montgomery. Status, adult dependent. Disability, severe mental illness. I read the words aloud. The silence in the room is deafening. You committed tax fraud, Dad. You claimed me as a liability to hide where the money was really going. You used my instability, the instability you invented, to cover up the fact that you were funneling millions to your golden child. Michelle is shaking her head. No. No, we did that to help you. We put that money aside for your care. There is no money. I snap. The accounts are empty, Mom. Lily spent it. Look at the dates. The transfers match her trips to Dubai. Her new car. Her investment in Gail's startup. Gail looks up sharply. My startup? Yes. I look at him. That angel investment she made? The one she said came from her brand deals. It came from her father's company. Stolen money. Gail looks at Lily. Is this true? Lily is crying now. Real, ugly tears. Daddy said I could have it. He said it was my inheritance early. He promised. John looks at his wife. Michelle looks at the floor. And suddenly, the dynamic shifts. It wasn't just Lily. It was all of them. A conspiracy of greed and ego. They needed Lily to be the star, the success, the proof of their superior parenting. And they needed me to be the failure, the broken one, the write-off. Because if I was competent, if I was successful, then their entire narrative collapsed. They hated me because I was the audit they couldn't escape. You're going to prison, I say. My voice is quiet. Embezzlement. Tax fraud. Insurance fraud. It's all here. Every penny. Every lie. John's face turns purple. You ungrateful, we gave you everything. We put a roof over your head. You gave me a cage. I yell back. And you charged me for the privilege. You can't prove any of this, Lily screams. It's just spreadsheets. It's fake. Is it? The TV screen flickers one last time. The desktop disappears. It's replaced by a new studio. A familiar logo spins into view. The spotlight with Jack Vance. Jack Vance. The name hangs in the air. Gail knows it. Everyone knows it. He's the most feared investigative journalist in the country. The man who brought down the senator last year. The man who exposed the pharmaceutical ring. And he's sitting at the anchor desk, looking straight into the camera. "Good evening," Jack says. His voice fills the room, rich and authoritative. "Tonight, a special report. We uncover a massive charity fraud ring operating right here in Chicago. A scheme involving prominent business leaders, social media influencers, and millions in stolen funds. And it all leads back to one family." The screen shows photos. Photos of John. Photos of Lily. Photos of the charity galas they hosted. "We have the documents," Jack continues. "We have the insiders. And we have the truth. The family is paralyzed. They aren't looking at me anymore. They are looking at the man on the screen. The man they thought was an imaginary boyfriend. The man who is currently dismantling their lives on national television." Gail stands up. He looks at the screen. He looks at the spreadsheet still visible on the side monitor. He looks at Lily, sobbing in her chair. He doesn't scream. He doesn't fight. He just pulls his phone out of his pocket. He scrolls for a moment, then walks over to me. "Here," he says. He hands me his phone. It's unlocked. Open to a text thread with Lily. "Make sure she doesn't come," one text reads. "She'll ruin the aesthetic. Just tell Mom she's having an episode." "Got the money for the investment," another reads. "Dad cooked the books. We're clear." "She's so stupid," a third one says. "She actually thinks she's part of this family." I look up at Gale. He looks tired. Broken. "I didn't know," he says. "I swear to you, Valentina. I didn't know about the fraud. I didn't know about you." "I believe you," I say. He nods. Then he turns to Lily. He takes the engagement ring off his finger, a simple band she insisted he wear to show commitment, and places it on the table. "I'm out," he says. "Gale, wait." Lily shrieks. But he's already walking. Out the door. Out of the penthouse. Out of the blast radius. I look at my parents. John has sunk into his chair, his head in his hands. Michelle is staring blankly at the wall. "It's over," I say. John looks up. His eyes are wet. But not with remorse. With fear. "Valentina, wait. We can fix this." He reaches into his jacket pocket. He pulls out a checkbook. He writes furiously. Rips the page out. Slides it across the table. $100,000. "Please," he says. "Just stop the broadcast. Call him. Tell him it was a mistake. We'll pay you. We'll pay you whatever you want." I look at the check. $100,000. The price of my silence. The price of my dignity. I pick it up. I hold it for a moment. Thinking about the girl who would have taken it. The girl who just wanted to be included. She's gone. I tear the check in half. Then quarters. Then confetti. I let the pieces flutter down onto the spinster's survival kit, still sitting on the table. "I don't want your money, Dad," I say. "I want you to know that you can't buy me. Not anymore." I turn toward the door. "Where are you going?" Michelle whispers. I stop. I turn back one last time. "I'm leaving, Mom. And I'm not coming back. But you're our daughter. You can't just cut us off. It's cruel." "No," I say. "It's not cruel. It's surgery." I look at them. Really look at them. The rot. The disease. When a limb is gangrenous, you don't keep it because you're fond of it. You cut it off. You cut it off to save the rest of the body. I'm saving myself. I walk out. Through the foyer. Past the art they bought with stolen money. Out the front door. The rain has stopped. The air is cold and clean. A car is waiting at the curb. The window rolls down. Jack is there. He smiles at me. A real smile. Warm. Safe. Is it done? He asks. It's done. I climb into the car. I don't look back at the penthouse. I don't look back at the family I was born into. I look forward. To the family I chose. To the life I built. Let's go home, I say. And as we drive away, the city lights blurring in the rearview mirror, I finally feel it. The weight is gone. The silence is gone. I am free.